Good morning, everybody. I can't believe it's Friday already. It feels like a really quick week since I did the last video. So hopefully you enjoyed my first weekly update, and this is my second one. As I say, it's been a fairly quick week, or I feel like it's been a fairly quick week. Here in the UK, Monday was a bank holiday for us. So I was off and we had some nice weather, at least for the UK. It was really nice. I think it was about 24 degrees. So I went for a drive and I went down to Alnwick Castle, which some of you may remember or may have recognised from Harry Potter movies or Transformer. I think it was the last night that it was used in, and it was used in Downton Abbey as well. I've been before, but I've never been to their gardens. So since it was nice weather, I took the opportunity to go and visit their gardens, and the gardens were amazing. It was so lovely just to be able to walk around in the sun, and I took a book. I'm reading The Lost World, and just sit and enjoy some downtime that didn't involve computers or Azure or anything, and it was just lovely just to sit and enjoy it. And I think we often forget that we need to have downtime like that, where we just go and kind of disconnect and, and enjoy some peace and quiet, to reflect on what we've been doing, to recharge our batteries. You'll probably find me on Twitter, if you follow me, talking about mindfulness and mental health often, and I think it is key to do that. I was feeling a bit of burnout, to be honest. Not mostly with work, mostly with personal things that have been going on. So I was feeling a wee bit burnt out and a bit tired. And it was really nice to take Monday off and just to chill, recharge my batteries, do something for me that focused on me and me personally. And yeah, I've felt rejuvenated, regenerated, whatever word you want to do, just by taking that day to look at inwardly and to do something enjoyable. So I was really lucky with the weather, and yeah, it was a really good time on Monday. Since then, it's been a bit chaotic this week, as we had the 14th meetup of the Glasgow Azure user group, which is a group I founded in early 2017. So we've been going for a good while now, actually, to be honest. It's been quite a learning journey, figuring out how to organise a user group, figuring out how to do ticketing, promoting. I've learned techniques around graphic design, on how to do banners and logos and stuff like that. So it's been a kind of crazy 2 years, but a really fun one. I've really enjoyed it, and it's great to see us on our 14th meetup. We had a great crowd. We had standing room only, to be honest. It's probably the second time in our meetup history that we've had standing room only at our venue. So thank you to everybody that came and supported our event during the week. We had Thomas Neunheim, hopefully I've said your name right, Thomas, and Derek Campbell speaking. Thomas is from Germany and he came across to Scotland to speak, and Derek is a local lad from Glasgow as well. So it was really nice actually to have speakers from other countries coming across and speaking to us and sharing their knowledge. Thomas was sharing knowledge around Azure AD and hybrid identity, and that was a really useful session. We got some positive feedback from that as well. And Derek was talking about Octopus Deploy and Azure DevOps. And again, that was a really useful session. I picked up some things I didn't know. And yeah, it was really good. And like I say, it's great to have such a support and such a great community in Glasgow that are really engaged, that are willing to come out and give their personal time to these kind of events and learn and just to grow as professionals. And it's great to see everybody interacting with different people. So yeah, that was a really good night. Had fun doing the quiz at the end and giving away some prizes. So yeah, it was a really positive night. We couldn't do it without the support of our sponsors. So big shout out to Hayes Recruitment, Servent and F5 Networks for continuing to support us on this journey and helping us to provide great venues, food, drink, etc. for the attendees to come along and be part of that community. I have got notes here, so that's why I was just waking up my laptop to remind me. Our next Glasgow Azure meetup is on the 30th of October. We have one speaker lined up, so we've got a speaker slot if anybody wants to speak, or if you have a burning topic you'd love to hear a speaker speak at one of our events, please do reach out to me or Gregor Sute, and we will endeavour to find that speaker for you. Don't be frightened. If you're a first time speaker, we're more than welcome. We're a friendly crowd. So if you want to come and do that, we're happy to do that. And myself or Gregor, I'm volunteering him here, would be more than happy to mentor first time speakers as well. Get involved with the community. It's great fun. Also this week we've had Techielass come up to Glasgow. So they are in Glasgow, I think it's twice a year. This was their second visit. They were up in February. Again, great community event, great diverse speakers, great access to sponsors as well. They usually have different sponsors sponsoring events, so it's great to see new ones and recurring ones as well support the event. Techielass, for those that don't know about it, travel around the UK. I'm trying to remember all the venues that they go to. Let me check. So they come up to Glasgow. And I know they go down to Newcastle, I believe. Let's have a wee look at their website. So yeah, they go to Glasgow, they go to Manchester, Leeds, London, Cardiff, and Newcastle are on their kind of schedule at the moment. If there's one in your town or one nearby you, please do check them out. I really love the Glasgow event. I've spoke at it a few times now. I think it's 3, maybe 4 times I've spoke, and it's always an enthusiastic, supportable crowd. Actually, Techielass was the first user group meetup that I spoke at, so a huge thank to Mike England and the team for supporting me there and trusting me to be a speaker at their event. And my speaking career's kind of grown off from that first event, so I owe a lot to the Techielass user group and the team behind that. So yeah, like I say, if there's an event nearby you, please do go and support them. That's a free event. The sponsors kind of pay for it. You'll get free food and tea and coffee during the day. A great diverse mix of speakers, and as I say, sponsors as well to chat to. This week has totally been focused on community, and it's so energising to be a part of that community. Glasgow has such a great IT community, so it's great to be a part of that. And Techielass had a mix of sessions. The sessions that I really enjoyed actually were the Kubernetes session at the start. That was a great overview and some practical tips and hints around how to use Kubernetes in a production environment. And they also had a mental health session, again, which is quite relevant given what I was saying earlier about Monday and me taking time out. And Craig Dalrymple was talking about his own mental health journey and his burnout in experience. I think it was this year, maybe last year, he was talking about it and how he's looking at improving his life. And it was an interactive session, so Craig shared his story and then wanted other attendees to share their stories. So it was great to see some people getting involved and not being frightened to talk about these kind of issues. There used to be a lot of stigma around mental health and stuff like that, and people didn't speak about it. So it's great to see that people are open and willing to speak about it, and also offer support to people that are dealing with mental health issues. It's great to see. It's positive to see people interacting with each other like that and being supportive around it. Community events, it's what I get my energy from. Although it's a lot of stress kind of organising them, it is great fun and I love attending them, I love speaking at them, I love organising them. So if I can help anybody with any questions around that, then please do hit me up. I've been working on a side project as well, so my blog is hosted on Azure, a web app. My source code is held in Azure DevOps, just in a repository there. I do the wrong thing, so I right click and publish to production, and I've had a few issues with that where I've modified code and pushed that out to the production website and things have went down, or I've got a dreaded error and I've had to roll back, which is not great. It's not best practice, not what I recommend anybody does. So I've been working in the background on how to kind of make that better, and how to leverage some of the technology that we have in Azure to make that process better. So at the moment it's hosted on a Windows web app in Azure. I want to move that to a Linux web app. So my blog is based on a platform called Grav, which is a CMS platform, an open source platform. And it's maybe not the platform of choice. A lot of people go for Jekyll. I think I can't remember the other platform, but Jekyll's kind of equivalent to it. I went for Grav just because it was something different and it looked quite interesting and easy to manipulate, and I've really enjoyed that journey that I've been on since I moved it probably 18 months now, maybe just under 18 months to Grav. So yeah, I'm looking at doing something better. I'm looking at avoiding that right-click publish to production that I shouldn't really have, and looking at using Azure DevOps pipeline and Azure Web App slots in order to kind of do that. I have touched on how to do this in a blog post. I think it was last year or this year. I can't remember when I wrote it. I'll post a link to that in the bottom of the video. So yeah, I'm looking at doing that. The project's kind of grown arms and legs because I want to actually build a test environment on my own laptop using Docker containers, so that I can test what I'm doing in a test environment, then push it to a web app slot, which is pre-prod. Once I've tested it in Azure and it's okay, I'll then push it through to production. So yeah, something that I thought would be quite an easy kind of task has now grown arms and legs, and I need to go and learn how to write Docker containers and build all of that. But it's great for me personally. I love having use cases and projects around stuff like that. So you could send me on a course for a week to learn Docker, and I'd really love that, but I'd probably come away thinking that's great, what's the use case and what am I going to actually use it for? So I like to find a use case and then learn the technology around it. So I'm going to really enjoy learning how to build a Docker container around Grav and have that and use that and figure out how to do that. Hopefully I'll be able to share some of my learnings around that. I'm not naturally a developer. Those of you know me know that I'm not a developer. I'm an infrastructure person, IT pro, whatever you want to call me. That's my background. I'm a server hugger. So doing stuff with code and DevOps and pipelines is completely new to me. And it's been an interesting journey, and it's been an evolution where I've had to take my career, because that's obviously the kind of direction that we are going in. We're not fully there, and we're still going to be racking and stacking servers, but being able to do infrastructure as code, being able to turn your hand at a little bit of code and use things like Azure DevOps, I think is something that we all maybe have to have in our toolbox nowadays, regardless of whether we're a developer or a IT pro. So yeah, that's the kind of journey I'm on, and that's the side project that I'm working on. So yeah, that's been my week. It's been a quick week. It's been a fun week. It's been a really engaging week. And I'm glad that I'm doing this second video. So yeah, any comments, please hit me up in the box below, or reach out to me on Twitter. I'd happy to be engaged with you there. And yeah, usual kind of like and subscribe if you want to hear more from me. And yeah, have a good weekend, everybody, and I will see you next week.